Good morning, Team Alabama. Welcome back to another day in Mrs. Dishman's English class. We are still reading Stuck in Neutral. Please find it on www.epicreads.com. We will read every day, we will write every day, and we will work on skills every day. So just know that you becoming a stronger reader is always my goal. We want you to keep focusing on that. So we are on Chapter 6 of Stuck in Neutral, and this is by Terry Truman. Remember, you are keeping a Google Doc with the facts that you have learned throughout the book and any questions that you have, and then any vocabulary. So we are going to continue in Chapter 6. The one thing that we learned at the start of last chapter is that the italics at the start of each chapter is the poem that Dad wrote about Sean. So this chapter starts with the poem in those italics. Okay? So that is the poem that Sean becomes famous for because Dad won the Pulitzer Prize. And Dad is Sean E. McDaniels. Okay, Chapter 6. We talked a little about the setting, and we know the setting is Seattle. The plot and the rising action, the exposition, how it starts. And then we have rising action up to the climax. And we're not at the climax yet. And then we have falling action and a resolution. That's our plot map. Okay, so Chapter 6. As days become a week and the week draws into a fortnight. Fortnight's a great vocab word that we're going to add to our list of vocab. Fortnight is 14 days. Okay, so as days become a week and the week draws into a fortnight, Lindy's mother is holding Sean. When she sees a movement in his eyes, I take him into my arms and stare into his face. In his eyes, there is a quivering. Another great word to add to our vocab, quivering. Do we know what quivering means? It's kind of a little shakiness, quivering. A strange crackling. I hold him close. Everything that was ever going to be, everything that was going to become begins a slow unraveling. If you're not sure what unraveling is, that might be a good one too. If you ever have a spool of thread or yarn and it comes undone, that's unraveling. So unraveling means to come undone. If you saw me having a seizure, you'd swear that I was in pain. Maybe part of me is, but the truth is that as much as I love my mom and sister, my brother, and my father, I'd trade their lives in a heartbeat if it meant keeping my seizures. That sounds terrible, but I can't imagine my life without the wonders of having seizures. I don't know when a seizure will strike, but when it does, it's like a miracle. When it first starts, it's like a little shock. It begins in my head and just behind my eyes, a small crackling feeling, and then almost instantly it shifts into a swirl of color that shuts down my vision, and the red comes first and then a light blue which turns slightly darker until it's as though I were looking at the world through dark blue-tinted sunglasses. Only I'm not looking out at the world, at least at the normal world. The images I see are from inside my head. It's as though my eyeballs are turned around backwards and looking into my brain, and what I see is everything that I've dreamed, experienced, or imagined. Okay, so as I'm reading, you're following along. You're writing facts when we take a break, and you're writing some questions and some vocab words. But the main thing that you're doing is you're writing those facts. You're following along. Good readers become better readers by asking themselves those questions and writing down what they know. So our goal is always to make you an even better reader than the first day that you came in. If you put forth the effort, you will be a much better reader. Page 32, continuing. The medicine that I am given to control the seizures lessens my muscle contractions, allowing the seizure to affect only my brain. That is great, or this is great. The bad part of the seizures used to be the way that I felt when my muscles would spasm. contract. Great vocab word if we need to add it. Spasm. It felt like I was going to crack apart, but now the medicine keeps my muscles relaxed, even as the seizure is happening, and protects my body from injury. I've heard that seizures have been known to break bones, including backbones. Like I don't have enough problems? That's just what I need, to be paralyzed with a broken back? As the seizures continues, I begin to smile and laugh. One of my doctors explained to my mom that this reaction is just an autonomic